Hello everyone, and welcome back to JB's Total Gaming, where today I'm taking a look at the Castles of Mad King Ludwig, the iOS app. So I'm going to jump right into a game here. Now this is a game where we're going to be building castles. Each round a master builder determines what the price of these buildings are going to be, and then people pay them. We get bonuses based on what the king's goals are and what our own personal goals are, and for the buildings themselves and bonuses for completing certain rooms, finishing them off. Now right now there is no multiplayer online gameplay. There is pass and play, but no online multiplayer. I don't know if the developer is planning on adding that. Somebody in the Board Game Geek comments will probably know, but I do not know about that right now, and that is maybe the potential biggest negative of the game. So we're going to jump into a game real quick to show you what it looks like. I'm not going to focus on playing the game well, just kind of playing the game so you can see how it works. So you see here, we'll pick two of our objectives. Those will be our secret objectives we'll start with. Now, overall, I feel like the game functions pretty well. So here we are, the master builder. I can swap these tiles around and determine what their prices are going to be pretty easily without much issue, and then just click OK, and the other players will go. So some minor quibbles, so here, you get a bonus for completing a certain type of room. So that kind of orange room there, it only had one doorway, it lined up with another doorway, and you get the bonus. I would like if there was a little button, a little tooltip, something that you could see what those bonuses were. You'll learn them pretty quickly, but it would be nice to actually have in-game, because overall, there is a ton of information in the game. So you see here, it'll show me where I can place the building, and if I flip it around, it'll show me where I can place it that way. So all that information is there. If I put it down, it will show me, you see in the bottom right, that building is going to be worth 2 points. If it was connected to a yellow building, like a dining hall or whatever, then it would show me 2 points for the building, plus an additional 2 points for that, because that's what's going to get. So each time you place a tile, before you confirm it, you get to see that, which is great. You can look at the other players' buildings very easily just by clicking on their name. You can always look at your goals really quickly, or the king's goals overall. Not only will it show first, second, and third, but it also shows the actual stats, like coins there, or overall room size, if that's the goal, and that is really nice. So I like all the information that is available. So for all the minor little nitpicks I might have, overall, the information, all that is presented very well. Now, as far as the look of the game, it is pretty much a one-to-one representation of the board game. I don't mind when games change up the look of the game, like Eclipse or something like that, but I know a lot of people do like it when it's the same. It can look a little pixely, like, when you zoom in or something like that. I don't really like that effect, but again, very minor nitpicks. So while the game doesn't have any online multiplayer, which is its probably biggest downfall, and anything else I can say is minor that I might not like about it, this single player campaign, if you like single player stuff, really can make up for it. So much like Suburbia, you're going to have different scenarios and setups that you're going to want to beat. So you see, this one has 3 potential crowns. In order to score 3, I have to do all 3 in one run. If I do one in one run and a different one in another, I don't get 2 crowns. It's whatever my highest total is, that's my score. So in this one, I can't rotate. And then you see the setup over in the bottom right there. There's this kind of long hallway along the side. And then those are the 3 goals that I can try to achieve. But if we look at different ones, they're all different kind of setups. So this one has a setup where there are all these basement rooms, and the hallways and stuff like that cost like 25. So you need to like finish off rooms to get the bonuses in order to get hallways up and get up out of the basement. So that's kind of an interesting one. This one is really interesting. So if we go into this one, I'll kind of show off 2 of them really quick. So we'll go ahead and continue. So this one you're playing as a single player, not against other players, and you want to get to a certain size of area, but you have very limited space in order to do that. Now, you don't pay for anything, so you can pick any of the rooms freely, but, so not worrying about coins is nice, but you're just each round trying to put together the puzzle of trying to get to a certain number of points and having a certain size area. So now there is a little bit of RNG, random number generation, just randomness in these. So if you end up getting a bunch of small rooms, like for this one, for example, it can be very difficult to do, and you'll probably have to restart that, which can be a little annoying, but at the same time, most of these you're probably going to have to do multiple times in order to score the highest score. And the one that's probably my favorite, I believe it's this one I want to take a look at. Yes. So this one, you start off with all of these different territories. So you can see I just started one and jumped back into one that's safe, but you actually start like this. I didn't build any buildings, so this card is already worth 10 points based on the buildings I own. And as I zoom out here, you can see all the different buildings that I have, and it's like a puzzle piecing it together. Now this one is against other players, but it's really neat because you're trying to get those room bonuses, trying to achieve those goals, and you have like a puzzle laid out for you. So while there is no online multiplayer, there is a lot of single player content in the Pass and Play as well, and overall a very well implemented app where all the information that you need is available, and it makes sense. The tutorials are pretty solid. If you get this and you have issues with the tutorials, there was an update that came out that fixed that, where you weren't able to click on it or whatever. It was pretty annoying, but they did fix that really right away, which is great. And while I wouldn't recommend learning the game that way, it is possible. You can learn the game through the tutorials and through playing it, and but although I suggest looking at some videos or whatnot. Now, the game itself, I won't really get into reviewing. You know, if you're not familiar with the game, I would do a separate review. For me personally, I prefer Suburbia, but I know a lot of people prefer this, and I don't think they're inherently wrong. You know, I could see people really enjoying this game as well. And if you enjoy this app and you don't mind playing single player against the AI, and you think the campaign sounds interesting, I say it's a definite pickup for $7. It's well implemented. If you're iffy about the game, if online is really important to you and that single player campaign doesn't really interest you, then you know you're probably going to want to stay away, because you know it's not going to give you what you want. But overall, Castle of Mad King Ludwig, pretty solid representation. Not a ton of bells and whistles except in that single player campaign, but one thing I do like is the music. You can kind of hear that in the background. There's a little bit of voice to it too, and overall it's pretty solid. That's something Suburbia was missing, and I really like it. It might get annoying after a while, and it's kind of got almost an epic operatic feel to it, which is interesting, but it's a nice little touch. So there you go, Castle of Mad King Ludwig. Pretty solid app if you like the game. If you're not sure, check out a video, and you know, it isn't the worst way to learn it. The AI too is alright, it's not bad. I mean, I hadn't played in a while. They beat me the first time. I haven't beaten them since, but as far as iOS app AIs go, it's not bad. There are some really bad ones out there, and you know, this you know, it feels like you're playing a game. I feel like also similar to Suburbia. So thanks a lot for watching, guys, and we will talk to you again soon.